okay. Sorry. Welcome. And it's not karaoke time. It's sunshine and no brought up seat time.
What?
And this is your
Tell
girl,
us my phone.
Sherelle, also known as Rels. We also have Ebony over there in British Columbia, Canada, the home of I'ma turn your power off, bitch. And Yuri, all the way in Oklahoma, home of the OKC, where my boy was
What's good?
starring last night on the floor. Yuri, I don't know if y'all have any chant down there as band or whatnot, but he on Instagram, y'all. He on Instagram, so check him out. Starring on the OKC halftime show last
Not too much.
night.
Not too much.
All right. So, can't y'all see I'm
Not too much.
excited?
It was the time though.
I'm excited. So, and if you're new to this show, it's Sunshine, no brought up C, 3 Bahamians in 3 different locations. One who decided to stay put in Nassau, Bahamas, and that is me. And we're here to talk about everything foreign, local, funny, not funny, and you're going to get our unfiltered, unbridled opinion on it. And we're not apologizing for it again. Episode 1. So if you like what you're hearing so far, like, subscribe to the channel. You'll find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, for the audio, for those who are not the visual listeners. So let's get into it. Me and my best friend over there, my woman, we had a funny encounter this week, right? And the question came up, how do you know that your best friend is your best friend? How do you know your best friend is your best friend?
Before we get into this wild week, how do you know your best friend is
your
your
best
best
friend.
friend? Do you know, like, does your best friend's parents know that you exist?
Yeah.
Can you walk into the house and not need a key?
Can you
Can
go into the
they?
fridge and do what?
Yeah.
When eats happening, is your food taken up before you even arrive?
And for those in foreign land, here in the 242, the Bahamas, those little things mean a lot. Especially if your food get taken up before everybody at a family gathering. That's a big
Right.
It's
deal.
crazy work.
That's a big deal. If your foil that wrap around your plate because you ain't reaching on time, that's a big deal.
Right.
You made
Before
it.
everybody then eat, your food was then take up and put to the side.
Especially
secured.
if the parent asks first if they come in. Let me put their food on the side. And coming from a household where a parent cooks, it has happened for my best friends. Even Yuri, who don't hardly frequent baby's house. And she know Yuri is be coming from Junkanoo. Oh, Yuri,
Listen.
come in. Let me put his sauce on the side. He come in.
This
Oh,
makes me tired. I
that's
just
a
be
big
tired.
deal.
She say, Yuri come in. She said, anyway, I can just put his food right here. She said, this is plate right here. Boom. Be straight.
Listen. Those New Year's be good.
Also,
down.
in Bahamian culture, you know that you are a best friend when you're scared of your best friend parent. Then you feel like you could get a cut up from them.
I never realized that.
That's how you know you made it. Because usually you don't penetrate the other person's parent. Like, you don't really focus on them. Like, if this is an associate and that's their parent, like, you have cordial respect for them. Yes, ma'am, no, so, whatever. Like, but you don't fear them to be like, ooh, if I get in trouble, it's a problem. But if that's your best friend,
Imagine.
you scared. Me and Ebony always said, if we were to ever be locked up, don't go party and don't go Mavis.
No.
Don't.
I forget your Bobby Ebony.
Don't. As grown
but it
women
may be them.
to this day, don't call party, don't call Mavis. I'll call an associate. I'll call my boyfriend. Don't call party, don't call Mavis. I will sit you in this jail.
I'll call
I
Jesus.
say for him. You know?
I'll call Jesus first. I can need you to help me out with this one because Body can't come in here. That devil's a liar.
right?
What's what you doing? How you end up
36
here?
and 0. 36.
And you also know
Oh, we up there.
another one was if you could call your best friend's parent by the first name.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's run up on body.
Oh,
It's no longer Miss Bo, Miss Forbes, it's not that. What you saying? That's you made it. Because other people would slap you. Like when you get off calling this elder person by their first name. But no. My best friend mommy. That's my mommy. Body, what you saying?
Right. Because it's either you calling them by their first name or you saying, Mom, what's going
No,
on?
I never meet because skip town on us.
You know, I swear.
So I never get the force to that. So like, you really our best friend?
I mean, yeah.
Yuri could say it to Patty and Mavis, but like,
I could.
Unfortunately, we can't.
Right.
We can't do it.
So we can
Missy
consider
Mouse.
Yuri our best friend, but does Yuri consider us his?
Well, see, I have my best friend is actually, she was in Canada. Y'all know Rain. She
I
was
saw
in
Rain
Canada for a
yesterday.
minute. Listen, that's like almost.
We know that's his road dog. We know.
Listen,
We accept that. We accept being side chicks in the
we
situation.
second place, maybe third.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We accept being side chicks in the situation.
listen.
I swear.
When that was, hey, it's not that bad. Because my birthday was just gone like a couple of days ago, and she was like, because I told her like last week, Patty LaBelle coming in town. This her favorite singer. She coming in town like a week before graduation. She said, "Oh yeah, we gotta go. This all right, fine. My birthday come. You see, she texted me, and it was this link. When look at the link, she's like, "Oh yeah, we going. I get us tickets." I was like, "What? You get us tickets?" That's what I know we was friends from like that's like my road dog, my best friend from then. But when she like showed me that real vibe, I was like, "Yeah, we gonna have a fun time when you come." So that's my real road dog, and her mommy is like so cool. She's like our big sister for real. Shout out to my AC. Like, yeah. So like the things y'all said, I know like we would have been locked in like forever, amen. So that's my real road dog.
That was so hard.
You gotta have that.
But y'all cool though. See, well, I'm doing this because the camera's being
Whatever. So
I don't feel no type of way
no,
because
I don't.
I know.
You need to. Now
I know.
What
that
y'all
she
have?
was-
What y'all have? Like, yeah. What
you
y'all have is like.
understand. I
yeah.
start off as to some people, I start off as the side chick for Ebony job. Some people said they feel because me and Ebony was friends.
She was.
Allegedly,
She was the side chick.
people was upset.
But you know the thing is, right? When you grow up, you have your school friends, your church friends, whatever, family, your cousins down, they crew. And then it's like you grow up and then you finally find your person. This wasn't something that you were put into a situation with because of school or whatever. You found your person because you grew up. And so that's just how it was. And it wasn't like no magical connection. It was just like she showed up in Scotiabank one day and it was like, hey, I know you. And then it was like that.
And the rest
It's
is history.
crazy.
The rest.
Oh, that's like me and Abby.
The rest is
Abigail
history.
Trotman.
Oh, I saw Abby
That's
yesterday
my
too.
like. Oh, okay, yeah.
Well,
That's my.
yesterday,
Oh, we have some
It literally was
times.
just like, hey. And then boom.
And people with their
This was
feelings
formed.
about it. So we always compare ourselves to Meredith and Yang.
Yeah.
If all the Grey's Anatomy fans are there, that's what we compare ourselves to.
I don't know
You
how y'all
found your
watch that
person in
boring show.
adulthood.
I feel that show is so boring.
Oh,
You watch your mouth. We forbid
I mean,
any
I love me some
Grey's
Shonda Rhimes. I love me some
Anatomy
Shonda Rhimes.
blasphemy
No.
within the
you're on 21 right now, boy. So let's go sit down somewhere.
I don't know. I just feel like it's unnecessary.
Have you sat down and watched it?
That's the thing.
I mean, a few times,
don't say
maybe
you
like
don't
5
like it.
episodes.
Since you probably
Okay,
you was
tell me,
sticking to the
enlighten me.
storyline.
Okay, so season one wasn't like the juicy. Like you got to get more into it. Like go into season 2.
Season
And
2
then
was
once
when
you
Bert
get
did
into
this,
season
right?
2. Yes. Yes.
That's
Yeah,
always,
Season
it's a
2 is
lot.
when it gets really juicy.
that's always a part.
Season 3, juicier.
That's
Season 4,
always in a
juicier.
butterfly in the stomach moment, yeah? Like, you just want to be young in that moment. Like, I just want someone to scoop me like that.
Y'all are crazy. If I
Yuri!
yeah,
But honestly, I think
Ebony.
the
I'll
best
probably
seasons
start
were
it.
Ebony,
season
I'll probably
1
start
pause.
to 12. Season 1 to 12 was like the best.
Pause, Ebony. Pull up the scene. Because you know we can do picture in picture. Let's show Yuri what we talking about. Pull up the scene of Yang, Christina Yang, and Preston Burke's first kiss.
Yeah, let's see if y'all could convince me, because I don't know.
Okay?
It's just, I don't know. I mean, Sean is a good writer, like, no lie. I
Now,
really was.
some of her storylines, people just be like, nah, Shonda, you ain't had to do that. Like, that didn't make sense.
Like, no, Shonda is intentionally hurting people's feelings. And like, there's no
Yeah,
need.
she has a gift of doing that. Because y'all remember we watched How to Get Away with Murder and she kill off Wes. And you remember Yuri voice noticed that night, Danny needs to fail. I had wanted my.
I wish I was into that show, like how y'all tree was. Like,
Listen,
I
Ebony,
just
How to
couldn't
Get
get
Away with
into
Murder
it.
was it.
I had water in my eye.
Wait,
And I had to catch myself being like,
that
girl, it's only a
was
show.
it.
I was like, I don't understand why they so into it.
Show doesn't
I
make
couldn't
sense
deal,
no
man.
more.
How to Get Away with Murder was that chill. And it ended good, too.
I didn't like how it ended.
I like it when it
I
ended.
think like they threw away the storyline.
I mean, they had to get rid of the show. Somebody
Yeah,
climbs up.
but that I don't like how they ended it. Ebony, you to look for this one scene?
Okay. No, I haven't. I just didn't
Oh,
want to stop
all
the
right.
talking.
That's convinced.
Hold on. So I got it here.
Mm-hmm.
Just
You ready?
Sharon.
Yes, we ready. You give me butterflies.
But I don't fucking care at all.
Music, you know?
You look so
Starting
young.
the scene, Ebony.
Yes, that's the scene. Did you not see him scoop her?
No,
In the beginning.
At the beginning?
Ebony.
Yes, it is.
I want no
The one in the
montage
beginning, I
with
feel like-
somebody put together. Pull up that particular scene. Go into YouTube.
You have to really
type-
research. You have to really research that, though. But
No, you
I
don't.
understand
You
the
can
concept,
literally
but-
type
Oh,
Chris Yang
bad.
Burke first kiss in YouTube, and
That's
I shut
what I
up. Pull
did.
up.
That's what I did.
I shut up.
That's
I
what I did.
I forgot Isaiah Washington was even in that. I forgot he was even in that. That's how long that show was going on.
That's what I did. That's what I did.
But didn't he get fired or something like that? Why did he leave the show? Like, he was in agreement with the writers or something like that.
Who's that?
Isaiah
Oh, why
Washington.
he left? Oh,
The black guy.
they had a
Oh, yeah.
disagreement.
An issue with him.
He
Him
threw out a homophobic
and
slur.
George.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
threw out a
yes,
homophobic
yeah.
slur on set. And it's like, you gotta go. We have complaints.
It's like, no.
Yeah, so they just wrote him out of the show. So while Ebony pulls that up for our viewers, put in the comments, what do you consider or what criteria makes sure that you are someone's best friend? What makes you someone's best friend? Whatever country you're from. We're telling you how it happens in the Bahamas. You just let us know how it happens elsewhere. Drop it in the comments. We look forward to them as Ebony still looks for this. And I feel like I can find it before her because I need to see Yuri's reaction.
Probably
when
because
Burke
TikTok
scoop
ain't
her.
allowing me to be great right now.
I saw the scene when he was
Mhm.
leaning. That was
I
the
know.
beginning. But then there's a scoop. Okay? It's a scoopity scoop. Like Baskin Robbins. You know? Oh, y'all don't judge me.
Try kissing on Paul.
So let's y'all want us to get into the first segment
First.
word of the day.
Kiss.
Yes. Go into the Bahamian word of the day.
So the Bahamian word of the day is wibe. So that's a W-I-B-E. No, I spell it different. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I spell it W-I-B-E.
Yuri, how? Let's let how?
I don't know. It
Cause
just sounds like a Y.
you already blow my mind with the babe with the BUHY. I was like,
I don't know. I feel like Y is just
No, some people do.
a
No,
letter just
most people do
more
spell it WYBE.
appropriate in Bahamian language. I just feel like
Most
it's a
people do
Y.
spell it
YB.
WYBE.
So I feel like a vibe is like an entry of like getting information or is a conversation starter. Like let me show you. So let me show you this vibe.
WYBE? Mm.
That's how I use it. Or that's a vibe. Or come into like an
To
edification
me,
or
the word
clarification of a
"why" means
situation.
situation. Yeah, a
Like a
situation.
situation.
Like that's
Mm.
a vibe. Or
So
how a lot
yeah,
of people
that's
in
a
the
vibe.
States, it can be used interchangeably with the actual word vibe. Yeah, like
But we don't use that like in a form of
situation.
atmosphere. We
Yeah,
don't use that. Because like
yeah.
over
We say it's a
here
mood.
they use vibes like a mood, yeah. Like a surrounding mood, like oh this give good vibes or good energy, that like type shit.
You
A
know,
lot of
I
use that a
also
lot
thought
over here.
another American slang, or sorry, phrase would be, I guess, for why.
I guess. Oh
Like,
yeah, they use it a lot over here
like I
too.
guess. That's a why. I guess.
Ah yeah. Yeah, they can go hand
That's a
in hand
vibe.
too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they use I guess over here a lot too.
In agreement. So it's in agreement. What else?
Like the beginning of like informing somebody or something. So let me show you a vibe.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
And I don't find it interchangeably with a mood. I feel like that's something totally different. We don't use it for that. Because it's vibe and then it's a
But you ain't never hear
vibe.
many people say, "But she messed up
VIB.
my vibe."
Yeah.
Then again, that could be a situation as well.
Oh.
Well,
Like my movie thing. That's another one. I like movie. I don't know when they started using that one, but I like movie.
Yes.
movie could be so
It
much
took me a while
different
to
things.
understand what a movie was, so
Oh my god. I love that one. Anyway, it's not gonna be in another segment, but I love that. That is one of my faves.
it took me a while to catch
Anyway,
a movie. Or he kept
Right?
Ebony still
Watch
ain't
the
find
scene,
this
right?
thing up. So, Bahamian word of the day,
I
why?
told you.
Something could be WYBE, something could be WYBE. It all means the same. Usually, when the palm color people see it, they say, "Is it YB?" And I'm like, how did you get to that? Like, other words that end with BE, do you say B at the end? No, you don't. I sure think I mean that complicated. But that's another word
should
we'll use
these
for
like
another day.
discussions be like implemented into like our like educational system?
But dialect?
Yeah.
It should be. It should. You should. It's part of culture.
Maybe not in English, maybe in English, I don't know, but like definitely like in social studies, civics, those
It's
kind of
just
things.
like any other.
They should have a class on culture because the culture is dying.
I wouldn't say it's dying. It's constantly evolving. Because when we was growing up, we didn't know the word movie.
True.
Movie was just movie.
No.
But now people are saying movie, right? And they use it for either you talk about just your significant other, or you talking about if something just happened, but they just cut like when doing some of shootouts and stuff like that. But they just cut one movie around the corner, movie, right?
But the term we don't use like or hardly hear anymore. Sweetheart. Or
People still use
sweetheart.
sweetheart.
I don't
People on
know.
the island probably still use
No,
sweetheart.
people still use sweetheart.
And I think that's probably an older generation slang.
Right. If it's an older person, because even just say older generation, being a younger generation, but if we refer to an older person, we say that's their sweetheart. If we refer to someone in our generation, we be like, that's his side thing. That's his side chick.
Side
That's
chick.
his movie.
That's his movie.
No, that ain't. No, your movie is your main thing.
Oh, the movie is the main thing.
The movie is the main thing. Movie is the main thing. So y'all ain't never trip over your movie.
Because think about it, it's a feature presentation. So
yeah,
it's your movie.
The main event. That's your movie. The main attraction. So you know, people say, but y'all
Oh,
ain't,
okay.
y'all ain't trip over your movie. I trip over my movie, right?
Right. I like that one. Movie is one of my faves. Oh my god.
Or when a fight happening and someone recording, you hear them shouting, "Movie,
Movie.
movie."
That was me in high school. That was me in high school because there was like a little clown of this group. Like they used to call us the movie niggas. So it's a movie. That was our slang. That was like our little slogan. So yeah, so I know about that.
Gary was a troublemaker. Oh my god.
I
I
wasn't
know,
a
right? He was
troublemaker.
in
I
a
think I was
gang.
more rebellious than a
Right?
troublemaker.
He was in a
I was more rebellious than a
gang.
troublemaker. I was more of a class
Wow.
clown. I was definitely a class clown.
I could definitely see you being a class clown. I can.
Definitely, especially in
can't see it.
elementary. Wow. I was definitely a class. I used to get like what? I used to get cut ass all the time being a class clown. Then parent teacher conference. Oh my god, that talking section.
You
Eureka
be
always told
very
this word.
talkative in
But he
class.
is it always disrupts the operations of class. It's like mother's like now you're getting beat and dragged. That's crazy word.
Very disruptive.
Very
We
disruptive.
just be trying to go over the lessons, but he's very active in class.
Then progress report days. Listen, that was dreadful. On that Sunday, at St. Augustine's College. What? Then parent
I
teacher
know,
conference.
you know what? Yuri's one of them children who had to get talked to before they go anywhere. I can just imagine you like, now Yuri, before we get in here.
You know, when they had that talk before I started working to the bank, dog, my mom set me down. I swear to you.
That's embarrassing. Yuri.
Grown.
She said, what? She set me down.
Grown.
And she was like, you going to work for the bank? Let me tell you something now. Whatever
That's
you
only she said
see,
that between her teeth. Oh my god, she was on.
whatever you see, and if it ain't yours, don't touch it. So I know what that means, dog. Don't touch them people money if that ain't yours. If that ain't yours, don't touch it. You can
What
see
he told me
plenty
was,
things.
if anything happened, well, she get that talk. I think all parents get that talk when it comes to people working in financial institutions. She's like, oh, I worked at NIB 33 years and I never touch a dollar, and I think myself, whatever. But the main thing she said, if anything ever happened, you duck. As if the place getting robbed, get down. Okay? That's what she say. You duck.
I ain't never been in a bank robbery.
No problem.
I've never have.
You don't want to be in one. I've never been in one, but I felt other people's trauma. I'm like, y'all don't have to convince me. I understand. I felt people's trauma. So
I was in E Street and the person hit the door. And I think me, you, and Gordon was like halfway out the door.
Yeah, because he's like, it ain't gonna be today. And not
it
today.
It won't be us. We're not gonna be here.
So as we talk about traumatic experiences and traumatic events, we're gonna go into not one but two traumatic events that went on over, that was the what? Weekend? During the week? Because we're still in the weekend.
This past week. We transitioning into going foreign?
Going foreign.
Okay.
Not one, but two plane crashes that took the lives of young people, which makes it even more sadder. The first one was the Black Hawk helicopter that collided with the American Airlines commercial flight coming in Washington. It crashed over the Potomac.
Yeah, DC.
And there was roughly how many persons? 60 odd persons involved.
64.
Everybody perished.
Mm-hmm.
And the majority of them were young children coming from a figure skating competition. They're like 11 and 12 years old with their coaches. And that made it super, super sad because the fact that they just came from a skating competition, they took pictures with their brightest of smiles and what just happened like hours before, and not knowing that was it. You think you're going in for a smooth landing, the pilot telling you welcome to Washington, the weather is such and such, and just like that, they were gone. And the second one was, it was an actual healthcare flight, like an air ambulance. And they were transporting a young girl who recently had surgery in the US. She was actually from Mexico. So she was the patient. and she was going back to Mexico along with obviously the healthcare providers and her parents. And the plane, like, can't say no better, no worse. The plane literally fell out of the sky. Like, if you saw videos of it, it looked like something straight out of a war movie because it looked like a missile. It fell straight out of the sky, which was
Yeah,
really
it was like
sad.
a nosedive and into I think 4 homes.
Yeah, in Philadelphia.
I was just I'm not sure because
It was near a mall.
the news people, yeah, the Philadelphia mall.
Yeah.
The news people didn't say if there were any persons in the homes. They just focused on the plane, but I was really glad to hear that there wasn't like nobody in the homes
So
that died as well.
with that bit of sadness in there, it's like, because that's not the only 2 plane crashes that's been happening recently. Like, since the latter part of it last year, like, planes just been falling out of the sky. Either crash landing, falling out of the sky. The latest we saw was 2 planes on fire. I think one was in South Korea. Nobody died. They were able to escape on the runway. And most recently, before we came on the podcast, you said it was on an American Airlines flight in the state.
I think it's like what I read off earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was United.
Oh, a United Airlines flight
Airlines
that also caught fire. And persons were able to escape with their lives. So what's your thoughts, people? What are your thoughts on everything? Like, literally the sky is falling. That's how I put it. What are your thoughts? Especially as 3 Bahamians, where our national flag carrier has this pristine safety record.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know what it is to experience plane crashes. Like, we had, like, from major airlines, like our major airline here in the Bahamas, like I said, has a pristine safety record. So much so that Bahamians will take the chance of being late on Bahamas Air, because we know being late too. They will take the chance of being late. Your bag being left in from your previous destination, because they know that safety is paramount within the company that is Bahamas Air. We've had plane crashes in the Bahamas before, and they have been private aircrafts. Most of the time, they don't even it's either they weren't air ready or worthy, or persons weren't qualified to fly said flights. Right? So these were instances where persons didn't take safety as seriously when taking to the air. But Bahamas Air, me and the Bahamas, we be like, child, don't talk about Bahamas Air like that. Not our Bahamas Air pilots. They know what they doing. All right? But not to say that the persons within these latest these crashes, pilots didn't know what they're doing. Because, Trump is trying to push that narrative that, DEI is the problem. And I'm like,
that was so ignorant. I was like, dude, come on.
Negroes crashing the planes? People with disabilities crashing the planes? That's what you're saying?
Right.
He said he has common sense. That was his words. He has common sense, and common sense tells him that the hiring of DEI
is the issue. It's like, godly.
So it was like, wow, y'all ain't even hiding it no more, yo. So yeah, what's your thoughts? Before I add something nugget on that.
Well, as you know, my conspiracy theory brain went chaotic, because I was like, you're trying to say to me that the Black Hawk helicopter that only 3 military personnel was in, they were aware of this plane landing, because they have to record it. They say, oh, we basically we see it. So if you saw it, you have more control to stop, rather than the airplane that's coming in for a landing. They're just coming in. They probably didn't even see you.
No, because someone pulled that up.
The helicopter has the control to say, all right, my bad, let me stop.
Yeah, they have like
let you go ahead.
They have like a 180 view. Someone showed the inside of a Black Hawk helicopter. So there's like windows all around.
You can see it.
Like a panoramic view.
You can see it. Why
in a plane
why is it that you didn't stop?
Yeah.
And then I found it so convenient that you crashed. The crash was intentionally over a river instead of near the Pentagon or the White House, it was conveniently over this river. So there would be no other casualties other than whoever might have been on this plane. Then what was scary was, finding out that there were Russian people on this plane as well. So I was like, is this for the greater good type of thing? Like, what's happening here?
They probably had been watching them from since they had knowledge of them being competing.
But somebody said the
Exactly. And
Russians
I'm like-
were the coaches. There was only 2 Russians on the plane, 2 or 3, and they were
Right.
the coaches of the children.
Right. And I'm just like, maybe there was something else in a past life. You never know. I said, and
Allegedly.
I don't know if America was trying to get its lick back. I say, but you know what? The Kremlin is huge. Do we really need them getting the lick back? That's. I ain't Canada. I just saying, if the Kremlin listening, just make sure you aim straight.
Yeah, they could have been. I don't know. They could have been intelligence. Could have been posing as something else.
But to take out
'Cause
kids,
it's not
though,
like we don't know it didn't happen before. We
Listen.
knew history says that they had sleeper agents. We know that.
but to take out kids, though,
Yes, and that's my
Yes.
thing. And it's not like we don't know that the U.S. doesn't employ the for the greater good tactic as well.
and it's like, what
And
good
you
are we
never
talking
know.
about? Like, Trump is your
You know,
president,
the
for God's
few-
sake. Like, what good we talking about here?
The
It
few
could
for
be
the many,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Because
sorry.
let's just say, like, he was thinking, like, oh no, they training up these kids to be super soldiers in the near future.
right?
It was just like in the biblical times when Pharaoh said, "Kill all the young boys."
Child.
And even that didn't make sense.
No, because he still lost at the end.
Yeah,
Man,
because
Moses came-
no, Pharaoh didn't say that.
No.
God said that.
Y'all end up raising Moses. Imagine that.
God,
Hey, that was just an adaptation.
God say
Well,
he'll take out all the first sons, but the believers mark their doorposts, so the spirit of death will move past them.
Right?
And he took
That
Pharaoh's
was
son.
serious. Like that's
So
the
maybe,
plague of plagues. I was like,
maybe it's just history repeating itself. I know surely the networks ate it up, like TV networks ate it up, because like you said, they've been in competition, and they got all that footage for this, like Hoppy and Smiles, and so it could have been ratings for them.
The babies.
Those executive producers could be working behind the scenes too. Everybody just working in goals, to be honestly and truly, to try to get that bag. Because more ratings is more money.
John. What I didn't like was there was also the story about the gentleman who was sitting down at the airport waiting for his wife to come. And I think before the incident happened, she said she was about 20 minutes out. And so he was just sitting there in the airport waiting for her. And she never came.
Some of things make
I
you
was
jump off a
like,
bridge.
Right. It reminded me of, hey, Yuri, Grey's Anatomy. There was a
Oh,
Grey's
God.
Anatomy episode just like this. But
Yeah, you're
in
gonna
the
get into the grays,
episode,
man.
in the episode, there was one survivor, and I was just hopeful that there was the one survivor. Unfortunately, there weren't. It was just sad, and I was like, if there was one survivor, I mean, I know
There was
everybody's
one
person
survivor on Grey's
is
Anatomy.
important. The little girl,
The little girl.
remember?
And everybody
I was
stayed.
just hoping. I was like, oh man, I hope there was one, but there weren't. It was unfortunate.
But it was the crash that was in South Korea, the ending part of last year, where like 100 and something persons died. One person survived.
It was like 178, and there was like 2 survivors.
No, one. And I think it was a little girl.
No man, I
No,
thought it was
hold on
the
now.
2.
No, I think it was
Wasn't there
one.
2?
I don't know it was the second one. I know for sure there was one. And they said it was a little girl. And all I said was,
Now, you
child,
know
your
me
purpose
thinking.
ain't finished yet, child.
Right?
God
Story
has
still
favor
writing.
on your life. Your purpose.
You
ain't
remember
finished.
this?
Favor.
Favor.
Oh my! How
Listen,
could we ever forget?
I always tell people favor follows me. Favor. Favor.
Favor follows me, baby.
If you a church kid out there, y'all understand the reference. All of us
It's
grew up as
Pastor.
church kids.
That gotta be merch. That gotta be merch, dog.
All of us grew up as church kids, Favor. All right. So out of that, like we said previously, Trump said, "Oh, DEI is the reason why we had these quote unquote plane crashes," and it now goes into these executive orders where he is retracting the DEI Act. Is that the name of the act? Where Trump's like, we're going to take away this right where y'all could hide. Well, not even a right. It's an act that protects minorities from being discriminated against when being hired for
in
jobs.
the workplace.
So more or less, he's giving license to employers to literally, you can discriminate against these people if you want, if you don't want to hire them. Like, they can be as qualified as they need to be, but you can just say, no, and you wouldn't be reprimanded for it.
I don't think it's like that. So here was my take. With DEI, and I could be wrong, but with DEI, it was trying to make sure that there were more people of color, there was more people with disabilities. Again, just like the name said, equity, inclusion. It was making sure that nobody was being discriminated against. But at the same time, while they were trying to, with most companies, they were trying to fill a quota, there were people that were qualified, regardless of skin, shape, whatever, and they were being overlooked. And so I think that was the purpose of the rescinding of the order. Now, considering the person that did it, I'm just like, maybe
the
not.
irony of it? Pull up the stats. The irony of DEI, because he's trying to spread this narrative that DEI is the reason we have, like, is the reason why you have Black people who are employed, you have people with disabilities who are employed, whatever. It's coming across as if it's this exponential number of people of minorities that benefited from DEI. When the number one demographic that benefited from DEI were white women. Wasn't Negroes, wasn't Hispanics. In fact, Negroes are at the bottom of the list.
That's always.
Negroes benefited the least from DEI, which is the irony. So it's like, what are you doing this for? Because you see me making sense. White women, and this is your statistics from your Department of Labor, said that the most beneficial demographic of DEI were white women. Black people were to the bottom of the list. And they've done studies that show the more blacker a name sounds on a resume, even though it's the exact same resume, they're going to overlook it. So it's like...
Rip that, put it aside.
So it ain't like DEI was benefiting the Negroes. so I don't understand. Like, what you doing? It wasn't benefit. So black people are like, what you doing this for? Because we wasn't getting no benefit from it anyway. And I think, like, even watching social media, TikToks, Reels, and stuff like that, and watching Black people's reactions to these executive orders, and they just sitting back and laughing. They laugh. Well, one is a coping mechanism. One, as Black people, be just because you can laugh something off. The one's is trauma.
Oh, you got key.
And two, Black people are now trying to tell y'all, oh, now y'all understand how we feel. Because what you're feeling for 10 seconds is what we've been experiencing our whole life. And Black people just like, ha ha, join the club. So it's like all of these things that he's doing, Black people have become so desensitized to trauma. It's like, what else can you do to us, bro? Y'all done do everything. So it's like, ha ha, you laughing at the Hispanics. Ha ha, you laughing at the white people. Like, yeah. And they especially laughing at Hispanics because y'all wanted to be so associated with white people. And you didn't want to consider yourself nowhere near Black. And now you're experiencing... Well, we experienced it because you thought you was closer to white than Black. And y'all realized that they don't like y'all either.
That's...
So it's like...
That was mind-blowing.
Yeah, they don't like y'all either. So what you thought? You thought this
Definitely
your little mulatto skin that you could have joined the club? No, they don't like you either. All y'all getting deported back in droves. Bitch is insane.
Crazy.
Because...
Crazy work, though.
Produce is down the toilet now. Because people ain't coming to work. So be prepared for food to go up.
Whoa.
Because either people got deported, because as much as these big companies want to front, they were the biggest employers of illegal immigrants. Yep. Because they didn't have to pay tax on these people. I can't pay a tax on something that don't exist. You here illegally. So So you was pretty much, I just had to pay you. And the thing is, they weren't even getting paid a standard wage. Like if they were like strawberry pickers, they get paid by how many cartons of strawberries they fill.
They pick.
Yeah, and they literally picking strawberries by hand. Like somebody showed up, one of the workers, he recorded himself picking the strawberries. Like he done used to it, so he picking fast. And he said like they paid him like $2 a carton of strawberries that they pick. Right? So you gotta be fast to make a day's pay. Right? So be prepared for food to go up because, like you say, these big conglomerates were the biggest proponents of illegal immigrants. These were who they was hard working for them because I didn't have to pay tax on them. So it's either these people that get deported or they scared to come to work. So there's nobody there to pick these crops, which are now spoiling on the vine. So whatever little that they can pick, I still have to make my money. So be prepared for food to go up. It's a blind demand. And someone made a funny about it. A black person, they was like, oh, y'all was concerned saying all the immigrants taking y'all jobs. Well, they ain't here no more. Y'all gotta go pick these oranges? And these jobs I was crying about white people.
The other part of the joke.
What's that?
Because it was a dark joke. Because he was like, well, we've had our time in the fields. Your turn now.
Hey, white people, and these the jobs y'all say the people was taking from y'all. Go there and go pick these oranges.
Yeah, have
Go there and hit this sun, pick some cotton, pick some oranges, pick some strawberries. Go there. These are jobs that y'all taught, that y'all said they had for y'all. So all kind of vacancies out there, not to go work. And the thing is, what's so funny, they will be forced to work because Trump also rescinded federal aid.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but them students was going They was what?
So
like, what? Where's my Pell Grant?
Oh yeah, it affects education, health.
Boy, I'm so glad you almost finished.
Food.
I was like, ooh, done.
People.
Well, it didn't affect me at all because I was looking at them and I was like, ooh, can't relate.
Nursing homes is like children with disabilities.
Like and stuff, right?
Yeah, so he's rescinding federal aid on all levels. So people say, oh,
it was mad.
Y'all effed around and found out? Y'all want to feel sorry for you? No. So yeah. So that is what Trump has been on.
Everything. I was like, ooh.
So
cuts here, cuts there. And I'm, for me, okay, from an economic standpoint, I was like, is it really just a money thing? Like, y'all just need to cut the fat. He had to make like the hard decision to cut the fat in these places because the government was spending so much.
There's nothing wrong. No, it's nothing wrong with quote unquote cutting the fat, right? But just like for instance, let me use this metaphor. People might relate a bit more. If I am an obese person, like morbidly obese, and if I lose 100 pounds in a month, that's not healthy. People might say it's healthy because, she dropped 100 pounds in a month. My body is telling me otherwise. Your body will crash out because it was a drastic change. Your heart don't know how to adjust to this. Your whole system is in shock because you dropped, there's 100 pounds in 1 month. So what Trump is doing, you were putting a shock to the system because you're not doing these things in gradual phases. You're doing everything in a week. You're throwing your economy into shock. It's going to collapse. So
yeah. And speaking of collapse, that excess skin.
So what?
After you lose all that weight, that's just what's gonna be looking like.
Well,
droopy.
Looking like what's she name? Star Jackson. That's what she name. When she lost that weight, that wasn't cute. It wasn't.
Not at all.
And I saw her in person when
she lost the weight. And I was like, girl.
You saw her in person?
Yeah, when I used to work to the Cove, she was there.
Oh, let's see. I'm trying to say she had the surgery, right?
I know. When was the last time you see her?
She had the surgery.
I haven't seen her.
I haven't seen her in front page
in a minute.
So speaking of some dark days, the U.S. might be possibly preparing for some dark days as well, as Canada has said, "Bet, bitch."
Canada said, Trump lived up to his promise to go ahead and issue those tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and Trudeau came out and he said, "Bet." He said, "All right, I see you, and I raise you. No power.
I'm gonna show you what we are about that."
How about that Michigan? How about that New York? No power for you. No power.
So
And I was like, New York?
You don't want that.
So for me, I
New
was
York.
like, in your best Teddy Pendergrass voice, turn off the lights and light a candle. That about to be the theme song of Canada. Turn off the lights and light a mother effing candle because Canada's like,
Turn off the
bet.
lights. I'm looking
And you know, it's
for
so
you.
funny. A lot of Americans are under this delusion that when these
Yeah,
other countries call your bluff, right? When these other
Right.
countries are showing Trump that, big man, you ain't as big as you think you is, and they're telling you, okay, go ahead, I dare you, because you think I don't have a clip loaded for your ass. See, what a lot of people don't realize is before Trump won the election, you had economists based on the Democratic plan, the Republican plan. You had economists who weighed out each scenario. And it was a unanimous consensus from economists all over the globe that if Trump won the election, the economy would be in shambles. You have countries all around the world who have prepared for this shit. All this shit you was talking on your campaign trail, these people who've been to school for this, unlike yourself, who've been to school for this, they done lock and loaded for your ass. And Americans are under this delusion as if the rest of the world cannot function without the US. They are beyond delusional. The fact that BRICS been in talks for like years, they've been waiting on this day. They've been tired of the US and they shit long time. They've been waiting on this. Somebody actually had a comment.
Scary.
Huh?
I said, sorry. What was scary was I think that they invited Trudeau and they were like, there's a seat here for you. China's already opened the door for the conversation of, well, if the US doesn't want to trade with you, we will.
They actually invited all countries. As a matter of fact,
they were ready for it.
They invited all countries, to be honest. And I think
they were ready for it. They said, they don't want you, we'll go.
These major countries, I think, this is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. These are major countries I just feel were sick of the US. Because people think BRICS is just these 5 countries, and it's not. They've invited smaller countries. Other countries have already signed on to BRICS.
The African countries are signing into it as well. Cool. I think, oh my God, the African countries have signed into it. There was, oh gosh, I can't remember who it is, but I think one of the first African countries that signed on to BRICS. I'm on Google.
So while she searched for that, somebody made a delusional comment on the whole post with Canada turning off the US's power to certain parts of the US. And they were like, oh, they'll be sorry because they can't pretty much function without the US. Talking about Canada. And I'm like, you for real? Canada, who like produces most of their shit? Who got more land than they can do what they could do with? Really? Who actually ban certain chemicals and certain foods? Who actually have free healthcare? Yeah. You think they give a shit about the US? Like, I need y'all to get on a plane and actually travel. I need y'all to read a book about different countries around the world. Because this delusion that y'all have in your mind about the US, it has to stop. It has to stop.
And another thing that they talked about was, well, our military forces is mighty up. Very true. But the part about that is, no, they have the numbers. They do. But here's the thing. Your military is also spread real thin because, the U.S. got people in Congo, this place and that place and that place and that place. Y'all got people everywhere. So what are y'all going to do? Are y'all going to bring them back?
See, Ebony, this is how I look at it. This is how I look at it.
To fight a war with Canada and Mexico?
But
you will lose.
But this is the thing, Ebony. The U.S. is looking at it in a silo. Like, oh, if I pick a war with Canada, I'm only picking a war with Canada. No, you're not.
No.
You're picking a war with a Commonwealth nation. You think King Charles ain't gonna pick up the phone and say, bet.
Let's go.
Because all these Commonwealth nations around the world is be like, okay, you start some shit and only you want, and you don't have no allies right now. And that's how I see it.
Because you've now isolated yourself. And the thing is, like you said, NATO said that they will step in. You fight one, you fight all. You can't pick that war.
Yeah,
How you can fight everybody?
you can't. So you ain't picking
You
a
can
fight
fight
with Canada.
everybody. You know what America's being now? They're being Drake. They need to calm down.
And
Yeah.
you see what happened to
How
Drake?
ironic.
You need to calm
How
down.
ironic.
Turn the TV off, okay?
Yeah. And
Turn the TV off.
And I think that's America's delusion, that you think you're picking a war with one country and you're not. You're picking a war with the Commonwealth. And you don't want to F with that.
Right.
You don't want to F with that.
That's
like, you don't want to do that.
They be talking genocides.
right.
Okay.
That's what I was like. I said, everybody just needs to simmer down. Like, just relax. Let's all get into a room. Let's have some tea.
Because my thing is,
Wow, we
we was
British.
going good so far.
We really British.
All this time, we was going good. You know? I get a hop on the plane, go walk in Wally World, pick up some stuff. It's like, why are you trying to mess up a good thing?
Ruin it. I swear.
Don't ruin a good thing, girl. Let's just shake hands. Everybody be calm. Let's sit down.
School our jets, people.
Let's talk this out. Let's just air it out. What's really the problem?
Right? And you can only speak if you're holding the stick.
Somebody make sure they go with you, because you know he can say the wrong thing and somebody could punch him. I know that. They could punch him. Square in the face.
Well, Greenland, the man from Greenland said F you, like, big, like... Didn't you see that clip? He did a speech.
No.
I think it was either in Parliament or something, and he said directly to Trump, fuck you. He said it just again.
Well,
and I was like, ooh.
Hold on. Because did I send it to you? The thing with the lady from Mexico said? Yo.
Oh, yes, you did. Pull it up. You have it readily available. You sent it to me in TikTok.
When you tried to change from Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America?
No, it was something else.
Not even that.
Because he doing a trade war with them as well.
Right. And they was like, Mexico said it as well. There's like, we can self-sustain as well. We don't need you. Y'all want to come down here. Your own citizens are fleeing here. So just relax. The sweet girl, the Mexican president, Claudia Sheinbaum, and I hope I pronounced her name correct. She said she's confused. She keeps hearing that everyone from America say that my country is sending felons and the rapists into their country. We thought that was encouraged, considering that that's what they chose to be their president.
Ooh.
That was my face, Yuri. That was my face. I was like,
2 snaps, baby.
I said, girl.
That's them kind of talks. We just do this afterwards.
Ooh.
That's them
I
kind
guess
of
that's
talk.
why women aren't in politics.
But it's so funny.
And that's
it's so funny.
No, because that's the thing he was running on with. He's like, oh, y'all got all these illegal aliens, us and them down south. We have the illegal aliens crossing the border, and we're producing fentanyl and whatever else. We are causing the problems for the U.S. Are we really, though?
It's so funny how you said this is why, when you said this is why women are in politics, and how the patriarchy is such a farce. Because people be like, oh, women shouldn't be leaders because they could be in their emotions and da da da. It's like, for the better half of a century, men have led most countries. That's not part of us. We were in 2 world wars.
All these wars.
A Cold War. Invaded in Afghanistan. We done do all this shit when men was in charge. And if you look at the countries right now that have female presidents or prime ministers, look at their stats. Look at it.
Just calm, cool, and collected.
The proof is in the pudding. Literally during the COVID pandemic, I think it was the president of New Zealand.
Yeah. That country was running so smooth.
You wouldn't even think they were going through a pandemic. People were trying to figure out what it is that she was doing.
Oh, man. Like they did their 2-week thing, like what the world should have done. Like, everybody stayed inside.
Shut up completely, yeah.
Everybody stayed inside. Everybody was able to work. Everybody was able to go to the food store, not have to.
Because what she did,
what
she did, she just when it happened, she closed her borders. She isolated everybody for 2 weeks straight,
exactly,
to ensure that whoever is in here, if you have COVID or you don't have COVID, I could separate the sheep from the goats for 2 weeks.
Bing.
After I have confirmed who have it and who don't, you're free to mosey. Because ain't no strangers coming in the country. So even though we're in a
Mm.
pandemic, the country was still running. I could still go to school. I could go to the park. I could go this, I could go that, because I've already isolated who have COVID from who don't
Myself
have
in the
COVID.
world.
So y'all can roam. But us people who was all traumatized by my fellow Bahamians residents,
Sorry, it ain't funny because
you remember I tell you that was a traumatic time in this country? Like Bahamians.
I could go to work. So I was cool.
Yeah,
I
but
was
No,
an
I went
essential
to work.
worker.
I went to work as well, right? But the fact that every time there was an announcement of a press conference that Bahamians were there with bated breath, like that was the most anxiety that you felt on this country in life. And you know, as Bahamians in general, we're easygoing. Nothing is really get to us, but like the level of anxiety people had during that time, and the fact that when you hear my fellow Bahamians and residents, and all you was like, what this man about to say? what kind of fuck he about to say to us right now, because we can't take it.
for us, it wasn't like, at least y'all had a face. It wasn't like that for us. It was just messages. So whenever your phone buzzed and you saw that it was BC Health, whatever, you was just like,
That was crazy.
so at least y'all had a face.
We didn't want the
2020 was a
face.
traumatic year.
We wanted to punch the
And-
face.
Y'all had
The
a
voice
face.
was
We had
even
no
worse.
face. You were scared to get a vibration on your phone. It's like, oh my God, is this a text message or is it these people coming back to us? Because it was a certain buzz. It was like, zit, 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 and it was like, what are they saying now? We have to stay inside some more. It was like, I remember, like you said, I was an essential worker, and I remember going to work on the train and sitting in the train by myself. Nobody on the platform. I was like, is this Armageddon? What is happening?
That was me on these streets. Go to work.
There was nobody on the
these
train.
streets.
I was zooming.
Going and
Zoom,
coming.
zoom.
2020 was
On a
I was-
weekend,
2020 was so traumatic.
but
was
on
so
a
God.
weekend, I was on these streets. Nobody on the road.
Plenty movies. Plenty movies was happening during the pandemic on these streets, dog. Plenty.
Mm-mm.
Zoom, zoom.
What?
So now that we already talking about home, let's go down home. Our last segment of the evening. First one, water ski vendors finally getting electricity. And if persons who have never visited the Bahamas, Potter's Key, CAY, is a area of the Bahamas closer to downtown Nassau, where we have local vendors who sell anything from produce, Bahamian
Cuisine.
food, alcohol. It's mostly stalls that sell, like restaurant stalls that sell food, bears, Bahamian delicacies, and then you have other stalls that sell fresh produce. And then there's the produce exchange, where we have the produce coming in from the family islands. Person can buy those in wholesale, and this is also where our mailboat system is. Mailboat system being the boats that transport goods between our family islands, right? So
And it's also home to the Valley Boys practice.
Hey, don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, for all the junkanooers out there. And to the tourists, it's not junk. It's not. How do you say it? Because I can't even pronounce how they say it. It's junkanoo. Junkanoo.
Yeah, someone said it, and I was like, "You're trying," but you know,
Yeah.
no.
Junkanoo. All right, junkanoo. Yeah, so they're finally getting electricity. So all these years, the vendors have been going out there, running their restaurants by generator, and they're finally getting electricity. I don't know how people feel about it. Some people say it's a good thing because, yay, we finally get electricity. Some people say, well, goddamn, it all only took forever. You know? Honestly, I wasn't aware that they didn't have electricity. I don't
I was going to say the same thing.
I don't frequent Porterski. Some events is happening. Movies is get cut on Porterski. So I don't really frequent Porterski like that. I'm a fry girly, you know? Because a couple movies get cut by Porterski for true. One just happened a couple months ago.
Oh yeah.
So I don't frequent Porterski. But yeah, so how do y'all feel about Porterski finally getting electricity? I mean, it was
Well,
clearly was a stop of no show.
Yeah, I didn't know. Y'all
I
just
thought
y'all
they
just
were
informed me
powered.
they were using generators all these years. But yeah, people don't frequent it because of what? Congestion, sanitation.
No,
Mm.
people is BO there, Yuri. I want you
I
sleep.
mean they do. But us as bougie people.
Some bougie people is BO there too. Because I know some bougie
I mean,
people
we don't
who
know
would
if
be like, oh, we under the dock, y'all come in. And I'm like, I don't
I
know.
Oh
wouldn't
my
pick
God.
up and say I going to the dock. The only time you like catch the dock for real, is like during practice season, jump the practice season, like for real. So any time to get you out there. And if you have to go on a boat or go to like
On boat cruise or
one
something.
fat or boat cruise or something like
I
that,
haven't
like
been on
for
a
real.
good boat
Right.
cruise in a minute.
I just been on with your
Because
boyfriend
that's
before you
where
come
you
to
go
school.
to go on a
That was fun.
catamaran. They still call it that? Or what is this? A caddy?
You remember when I was on the catamaran, I was dressed like Jesus?
Yeah, that was a good day. Today was a very good boat day. When I left church
That
today, I was
was
like,
a
oh, today's a
good
good
day.
boat day. And for
That
people
was
not
all
from
the
the
way in.
Bahamas, when we say today's a good boat day, that means it's the weather is perfect, not too hot, not too
Water still.
cold, ain't too much, it ain't windy, but there's a light breeze in the air that you could take the boat out on the water and go to one of our lovely keys outside of New Providence with your cooler full of drinks, your music, your
The buckets of
food.
chicken.
Yeah, and you have a boat day. You just go on one man boat. You might buck some jet ski operators who can let you ride their jet ski. Pause for free. You know, a good boat day. Like I honestly, when I go on the boat, because summer's approaching, and you could go on the boat before summer because we have that kind of weather. Like I said, today was a good boat day, and it's days like that when I go on the boat, I just miss my squad because like y'all want to go to the coldest places. And all this good sunshine and turquoise waters here. And I'd be like, y'all ain't experienced a good boat day in forever.
I used to go on the
Tell me
boat.
about it.
Ebony,
My
you
Yeah,
haven't
we still
parents
on the
hoping to
experienced
have
boat.
a
you
boat
haven't
day.
experienced a boat day in
I have not. I need a boat
Long
day.
time.
but you come back in July, right?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure you get a
Okay,
boat day.
I'll try to come.
You gotta try to get you a boat day. A boat day.
That's what
Ooh, and
would
Tyson
like
could
a
come
boat
too.
I don't put Tyson on no speedboat.
That's when they go to the boat.
Yeah, we don't put Tyson on
Yeah,
no
man, bring
speedboat.
him. What party you keep him that day?
You better believe it. He could be one of
She'd
them
be in her
captains,
glory.
but he ain't getting no boat.
Yeah.
Oh, day off. Okay.
But today was a good boat day. So yeah, Port got electricity. Ain't much I can say about that. Big whoop. And now into that we have the what? Police warn drug dealers that we're coming after you. We're gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Really now?
You
Really?
turn around.
I
and you
just want to know if what they going after them for.
Who you trying to fool?
Men do?
Man, you have to understand the force is now trying to, rebrand themselves. They have a new commissioner, they have a new press liaison officer, they have forced people to resign, they're indicting the bad ones situation. So they're trying to rebrand. They want to let you know that this new regime, drug dealers, we're coming at you. And it's so interesting
know.
that this comes along the same time in the news that they're talking about the Cannabis Act that they're trying to push forward. Yeah.
Are they going to relax it?
What they're doing, what they plan to do, or what they propose to do is 1, medical marijuana, 2, marijuana for religious reasons. So you would have to get a license.
The Rastas.
Yeah, so you'd have to get a license to go actually purchase. Because they actually also want to distribute licenses for, I guess you'd say, retailers. Because obviously the religious persons have to buy it from someplace. So you would be able to now have a license to sell marijuana. And and somebody have to come to you and present that they had a license to buy. I mean, you might as well relax the whole vibe. Because if I know one Rasta, he go get the shit for me and it's like big whoop. Everybody had a Rasta uncle. My Rasta uncle and dead, right? But everybody had a Rasta.
Is that who I am?
Huh? Everybody have a Rasta uncle, a Rasta uncle or a Rasta cousin. Everybody have one who just have that moment. I's a bobo, and I cut my hair no more, and Ja Rastafari and all that stuff. All of us have one of them, right?
I have a cousin like that.
And
think we have.
All you gotta do is tell Uncle Bobo when you go to the shop, pick up an extra pack. So relax the
I
whole
don't think
thing.
we have one.
Huh?
She doesn't have one.
I don't think I have one.
No? Not even
I
cousin?
have a
On
cousin
any
on my
side. I'm
mommy's
serious. On
side.
any side. I don't think I have one.
I have a cousin on both my mom and my daddy's side who's like that.
It's unfortunate.
But I'm
We
known to have the tree of life.
Yeah, my
Yuri.
my Rasta uncle died years ago.
I really don't think we have one of those. My piece very bougie.
So yeah,
Might be
the
very
drug
bougie. I
dealers,
don't
the
know.
police warned they're coming after you. And
Oh God.
even though some police, it was in the papers today, they get run up on some charges of extortion.
What the- You see what I said?
They were trying
Do
to
you
extort some criminals. So these fellas have charges on them, and they were like, listen, if you go to the bank, get me X amount of money, we'll make things happen for you. Now they got charges put
Now
on
how they
them.
get catch? I bet you the criminal record them.
What's up? Just leave them voice notes.
Like, they
Idiot.
so sick. That's
Why?
Ooh.
Why you getting catch like that?
Dumb.
That's not the big one. The Johnson fella get catch. With the voice notes, were they really keeping that on a hush hush? This investigation,
Mhm.
and that's
Oh, yeah,
how
'cause,
the boy get
That
catch.
community.
Who was the director to Clifton Heritage? Oh, what is his name? Who get catch on the
Oh, I
conspiracy
forget.
for
Y'all
murder?
show me that?
I didn't tell you that. Yes,
Yes, you just showed us all the voice, all
Yes,
the
show
clips
them
and
the
That's
fellow
the
who
one
get
in the
killed. They kill him
in the
out
bush.
by Albany.
Right.
And they
Right.
niggas
The one in
then
the
put
bush.
everything in WhatsApp, and it's like,
I was
everything, the
like, baby,
whole
what
scene.
kind of...
I was like, what?
and then you can say,
I said,
what he say? He say,
Chris John,
the committers of the murder message the solicitor, and it's like,
Right.
we need to make one more stop, and then we come, and my boy say, oh no, y'all need to come straight back because that's the government car.
Company car, yeah.
So that was the government car, not even the company
Government
car.
car, yeah.
You give the people the government car to
Red
take
plate.
out a murder? Man, no
I said,
way.
y'all talking this on WhatsApp is crazy.
On
I
WhatsApp.
think y'all... I think
Yes.
what it was, you know how WhatsApp is saying, the thing encrypted. I think people think that means a private.
Them
It is
one-time
private
view?
between you and you, but also if you share between you and 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 you,
Forwarded many times.
right? That's all you see. Forwarded many times.
You see what?
That was like that when I read that last year, I was like, this is the dumbest crime. Like, sorry for the soul of that man who was murdered in the back there. I was like, this is the dumbest crime I've
Be
seen.
murdered by somebody so dumb it's crazy.
In
though. I
life.
would be like,
And you telling the
Can you
fella, oh, if
imagine?
you want us to do this again, you got to make sure I have the equipment for us because we need a car. Da, 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 da. Man, you ain't got the equipment. I got to give you the gun too? It's like, what you mean? What you mean?
you gotta blame him because you gonna hire the bargain base. This is what happens when you hire the bargain base killer. You gotta get somebody who been doing this a
Long
while.
time.
Bush
Who
mechanic
get
hitters.
catch.
Like, come on. You
said,
you think I
let me-
hired a
let me go.
plumber?
I just want to give you $500. I'm trying to.
Yeah, because
I'm
it's
trying
a little bit
to
of money
spend big
too.
monies.
I got hired a plumber. I got to bring my own
Crazy
plunger.
work.
Right. It's like, wow, he got a bargain killer.
Bush mechanic killers are that.
Boom.
That you had to lend them the government car. Lend them the government car.
Ah,
And the funny thing was,
Crazy.
you did all of this because this boy only threatened to expose you. He said, what he said?
Crazy
Because the
word.
fellow was asking him for money allegedly. And he's
Mhm.
like, he didn't have it because he thought the boy was going to go do it to buy drugs or whatever. And the boy said, oh, if I was one of them other sissy fellas used be juicing, you'd have done give it to them. And I was like,
right.
The world's out there.
this shit that has happened in Nassau, I tell people, babe,
Real.
babe,
It's not a real place.
it's not.
NASA is not a real place.
It's not. I tell people, when you read the news, especially the newspaper, you have no need to watch fiction. None. We be cutting movies every day now. So, but I'd be reading the papers and it's be like, because I'd be the only male like the main one to read the papers to work. And I'd be like, wait, he still doing this dumb shit? Like this week, this fella just got locked up, charges run on him, 41-year-old with kidnapping and attempted rape of a 16-year-old.
Why?
Jail
I
him.
said, boss,
Bury him.
here touching children. So allegedly, see, we getting into a tangent. This sound like splicing the two parts again, but this how we get into a tangent. So, like I said, I read the newspaper. I feel like the newspaper. You think Twitter is not the juicy of the juice? The newspaper, and he's a 41-year-old. He got charged with kidnapping and attempted rape of a 16-year-old. He attempted to carry out this act around Yamagra. Yeah, you read your neck of the woods.
Okay.
Right?
Say that's not rude.
Said he was giving the girl a ride and he pulled up by the park somewhere around Yamagra and started to touch her between her legs and she ran out of the car to escape.
As she should.
So it comes across as if she was familiar with this person because she was catching a ride. And for you to now try take that familiarity and try like literally rape this girl in this car, I'm like, man, you 41. And every time I see them touching these children, I feel like all this woman around here giving away their tunky. You even have niggas around here giving away their ass. Like, if we want to be frank on no brought up, see, we have niggas around here giving away their ass for free. And y'all still around here touching these little children. And that has pissed me off. Y'all to be taking away these children's innocence. Because you don't even want to attempt to try for the adults. Like, I need to understand.
When you see the ads coming on the WhatsApp, it's only $50. You ain't got $50? If you don't have $50, you don't need to be getting that. Go do something else. Are you serious? You right here touching little children, like you say, you're taking their innocence. I need them to be punished in the same manner. Whatever they did, it need to happen to them.
And every week, if not almost every day, it's be some shit like that in the papers.
Every other hour.
And it'd be like, you're still around here catching little children?
Oh, God. It's time. I want you to be punished.
Yeah, but this might do for you, you know. As much as
still
they
do.
It's still do for you. Oh, the sun, the sea, which I wish I was on today. It was, no, for real, today was a good boat day. Today was a good boat day.
Yeah, because I think last year, it was 68 degrees. It's like, wow, imagine what home looking like right now.
Today was a good boat day. So I think everybody ready for the Super Bowl. Super Bowl next week between the Eagles and the
It's supposed to be tonight as well. Them stupid Chiefs.
The Eagles and the Chiefs.
They better listen here. They better not show Taylor Swift and her chunky behind.
Oh, what behind?
No, she's pregnant, right?
I don't know.
Who? Sorry, she's allegedly pregnant.
Who says?
Taylor Swift.
He put up a stalk on his hands there. Because
you know when they start wearing the big overcoats.
If she was carrying on like that with fellas she didn't have baby with, and she put up baby for you and y'all to break up, I say sorry for him, babe.
The album about to be lit.
She'll stalk him. I'm sorry, she'll stalk her behavior. She just does. She'll stalk her behavior. You remember she had a breakup with one of the Jonas brothers, and she went on her private jet and fly to him, whatever country he was in, after he done dump her. I think it was one of the Jonas brothers. And then
all I know is I thought Taylor Swift was a bad gal from she dated them two brothers. I was like,
and then every fella she dated, she turned him into a song. I think maybe he was the problem.
Yeah, I think so.
We all know that. We all know that.
What she say? I know you were triple when I met you. So why you stay there? You knew he was a red flag. What you stay there for?
Oh, Katy Perry is coming to Oklahoma too. I want to see her, but no one wants to go and see her with me. I asked her, and she's like, "No, I don't fuck with it."
No, I wouldn't bet it was Katy Perry. I'm sorry.
Katy Perry dope. I'm not gonna lie. And I actually like when in the stadium last night, like they had like the odds and stuff. Cause like everything is happening at Baycom Center. They like show the advertisement and stuff. So We'll see.
It's fire. You remember we had Katy Perry. We had Katy Perry in rotation in that that car. No way, hold on.
That thing of album she had,
The Teenage Dream.
yeah, that teenage album.
What?
That has bombs on it.
The firework. Listen,
That has
I tell you,
bombs on
man.
it.
She have bombs, man.
Would I go see her in concert?
What?
No. I would bop some Katy Perry because, like I said, that album was fire. Like
Yes,
Extraterrestrial, that was a
Firework.
bop.
Right, E.T.
Last
She got
Still
bombs, man.
with oh god.
Friday night was a bop. California Girls, it was a
I
bop.
tell you, I tell you, man.
But would I go
She
see her in
got bombs,
concert?
man.
No.
No,
I
sorry. I
definitely
said 2 Chainz. It's Juicy J, Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. I didn't like
Dark
it
Horse
at
is one of my
first.
jams.
It grew on me.
But are you
Also
ready?
I
last
don't like
Friday
it too.
night. Last Friday night.
See, that's that church upbringing for
Katy Perry
her.
had
So I know she
bombs.
grew up in the church.
Yeah, she grew up in
Yes,
church
yeah.
too.
Yeah. But I wouldn't
Ever
go
since,
see her in
like,
concert.
when she had dark hair, long. Yeah, Katy Perry.
Yeah.
That's what.
You,
When she
that
cut her
was
hair, it's like,
2010. 2010 was a year. 2010.
Oh, that's
But
another
Teenage
concert that
Dream is
everybody
like-
is amped for by the
What's
Cartel.
that?
Got that?
He's
Cartel,
coming to the
Cartel.
Bahamas next month.
My cousin called me and he was like,
Yeah,
"But
but
you
you
remember
know
when the virus got done years ago?"
No, I don't remember that.
Mhm.
Yes, he's going to be
Hmm.
he's going to be in the 242 next month. I think it's March 29th. I think it's March 29th.
Yeah.
Tickets
What
started
the
$150.
And me and my cousin went
General
to
is
concert for like
$150.
Girls, I was home right up in there.
$40.
General is 150.
That was a good time.
General is
Could've
150.
been there.
VIP is 300.
You wouldn't spend the $300 to come watch Cartel. You know, all I want to have sing is Champion Bubble.
My girl, you are
That was
champion.
I
I want to see him, but this is the thing. I want to see him, but my issue is I don't want to be in that crowd.
That could be.
So you want to be lifted. You really want to be bougie?
You have to get
Ebony,
skybox or something.
Y'all,
You have to.
this is the lighter note we ending on. Y'all know people don't bathe. Let's get that straight. People don't bathe.
For
People
real?
don't brush their
That's a
teeth.
myth, man.
And I
That's a
just
myth.
don't want, because you know what can happen. People are going to be more prone to
Be
get
sweaty
as close
and-
to the stage as possible. Because General will be behind the fence. And then obviously
Yeah.
your VIP that's going to be closer in front of the stage or whatever. But people are going to
Okay, all right.
well, if that is, if they have a fence.
Good to be the ones that bathe.
But,
They could be the ones who fresh up.
but I just aim for someone like
being
on
around
me.
today.
You know, like when we went to
True.
Carnival that first year, and the good thing we brought them chairs. Because if we didn't have them chairs to create a
God.
barrier, people would have been on us. And that's what I can't take. I can't take people could be like,
No.
mm.
Or remember that year that we went and it was me, you, Telly, Leah, and the people left because it started to rain. Oh my God, that was a good one. And then Michelle was like, we could party anyway. And then he came back and then he performed in the rain. I don't know where the people came from, Yuri, but we were swarmed.
Yeah, we ended up in the front.
We ended up to the front, but we were swarmed.
Yeah, so
That wasn't a good feeling.
that's what I can't take. Especially when the rum and get people system, the music started licking and all that. I can,
Because somebody might get touchy.
and then I could get claustrophobic because only thing is, if something happened, there's no escape route.
Facts.
That's my thing. So when we get these 8 figures, because we getting these 8 figures,
Hey,
I could spend the $3,000 on the skybox. Tell me I wasted my money. I don't care. But I work hard for it.
because I
And
got
I'm
it.
going to be in the skybox where I can walk around and I can see everything and be in my peoples. You ain't got to worry about people touching us and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in the skybox. I try to be on stage. Let it be known
No, the
that I want to be
300 the
there. So when
300
Chris walk by, I can be like, hi,
The $300 one is all access pass. Like you
Remember our favorite coworker who's always be on the stage?
I saw her last week. By Greek Fest. I tell her when that magazines on Facebook, I just see her back in your titties. That's what I tell her. I only see her back in your titties, so she burst out laughing.
She did text me. She's checking me every now and again. I will, yeah.
Because
shouts out to
listen,
me, girl.
Imperial mattress? Boy, that was a day at work. That was a day I worked. Imperial mattress. Wow.
people understand how good it was to work in the bank. Like, working in the bank is a flex.
Swear, I gotta write a story. I gotta write a book on it.
Care if you work at RBC, CIBC,
The culture.
Scotia, working in the bank is a flex.
Yeah.
Especially if you start off as a teller.
I swear.
So you realize
Don't get to the highfalutin place like corporate and commercial and wealth in them. Because you ain't get that experience there. Work from a teller
Straight
and
up.
have that.
Straight up.
y'all realize each of our
I'm networking
episodes about to be two parts, right?
Like that. That's right.
That's clearly going to be the niche. Part one of
This is clearly like at the end, like we really get like
volume
into
1,
it.
volume 2. Dub 99. Baker Boys. The ultimate musical
Ultimate.
experience.
Them block block cassette tapes. Oh boy.
What that company name, but that was on.
Ooh,
Oh my
there used to
god!
be
Audio-
right across from Big One.
Audio.
From Village
Buddy
Road.
Street.
Audio. Yeah. This
Audio
yeah.
Plus.
Audio Plus? It's Audio
Oh
Plus?
my god! I remember I pulled up there to get my first Baker Boys CD, and it was the Baker Boys 9, the Culture 9. That was a good one. I wish I could find that CD.
Oh, that was an
You really
era.
got to go back and research all these old companies
That
like
was an
Mike's
era.
and Maka Mox and
Michael Mark's still around.
Yes.
I think
Ghetto people still
is
around,
it
right?
on East Street still?
Girl,
Right on
stop.
East Street?
There's more than one location. One on East Street, one on
Jiffy's.
one on Blue Hill Road.
Michael Mark's?
Yes.
They survived COVID.
You are
Emily,
funny.
sure it's $5. You think they ain't gonna survive?
But you had nowhere to go.
Oh, them bars used to be open in them hoods.
Okay, because I don't want you to sleep. Muck is wide
Like,
open.
we used to be outside.
Kyle was outside and the police was.
We was
This is what
outside.
I asked you.
You was
How y'all was
outside.
outside and the police tell y'all stay inside.
Because the police wasn't doing
You
their
was outside
job.
with
I
us?
didn't tell you a whole Saturday I drive from one side of the island to the next and only come across one police roadblock. Everywhere else where the police was supposed to be, empty. It was a mind game. They done had you
Mhm.
locked in that the police
Just-
on the road.
just stay inside.
Stay inside.
You know,
You can get
stay
locked up.
inside.
You know, that's the power of propaganda.
That's slavery.
You know, stay inside. You get
Y'all need
locked
to know
up.
that that's slavery.
Then you going outside, not
They
a fucking
locked up?
police outside.
Not a one.
Crime was low.
I tell people,
Not a
listen,
one.
I've been over there. I've seen it. They don't believe it.
Man, they speak to the bars.
No, what was killing me was when dudes them was killing people during the hours that they let y'all out. I was like, y'all really have time to be killing people? When I said these people just let y'all out of timeout, and this is what y'all doing with y'all time.
I have to do what I have to do on
Stupid.
I'm on expedited time. You know? If
It's like,
this boy
one
gotta
sided.
catch this bullet within the hours of 9 to 5, I have to pivot. You know? I have to pivot my operations, you know, to continue to be a
Crazy.
law abiding
What is
citizen.
happening right now?
Huh?
I swear, it was like a job, a real job, 9 to 5.
It is, you all have to understand, being a criminal is a job. And people need to understand it. The more you
Right.
understand that,
Mm-hmm.
the more we'll accept criminal behavior. It is a job.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
9
why
to
it don't
5.
faze me.
Because I'm not gonna do it.
Because
It's a service.
I'm not a part of that corporate world. I'm not. So what they do is
I
their
don't want to
business.
be.
You
I
still
don't
their
wanna
business
be.
and you good.
Mm-mm. That's right. That's what people need to understand. The only people, unless you're one of the unfortunate that get caught up in
Yeah.
the
Which is very far and
Whirlwind.
few in between.
right. Like how many? And I don't like to say this, but how many real murders are there? Like between lovers and family discourse and stuff like that. How many real murders are there?
Last year was the first time I
Realistically.
ever saw a double murder where we kill each other. That was, to me, that was so interesting. And I was like, neither of us survived. So to me, it's like, how did this pan out? That was the two brothers, the brothers
So
in
me and you hot. I come out with my pistol. You come with your pistol.
No, it was a
like
cut.
we
No.
dueling and back back.
They
No, I think
fought,
it
and like
was-
one get
And one got strangled.
no the cutlass. He chopped him with a cutlass.
Oh, like Nelly.
Yeah,
Oh, you remember Nelly?
Daddy,
You know what?
Lord.
No
I
brought up
forget
C.
saying.
No, we don't tell you ain't no brought up C. Refer to episode 1. But I always tell
Yes,
people,
yeah.
I always tell these
Nelly was
gals,
one of my favorite murders. I ain't gonna lie.
do not end up like Nelly. Do not.
That was in my email, dog.
I remember when a couple girls go to
Nelly was
email
one of my
and Kermit had to send out
favorite
the message.
murders. I was like, this boy, write her name on the cut list.
And this what cheaters get. Brand new spanking cutlass or the galleys. This what cheaters get. I always tell gals, you always be playing. You end up like Nelly.
He's like, niggas crazy, you know.
Don't.
Oh yeah.
Niggas crazy. You mean to tell me at no point in time you didn't see that this boy head wasn't good?
Some of them is want that happening. One of my coworkers, right? Listen, let's look into the camera and talk to my women. This how y'all is fucking piss me off, right? So I talked to one of my coworkers. This is why I kind of feel sorry for every domestic violence scenario, right? Because I have a coworker. She say I can't talk to no fella who have a soft voice. And what you mean? She said I can't he gotta have some bass. I gotta feel some level of fear. I was like, what?
Stupid. Man.
She's like, because all the men in my family, they got like this bass in this voice. It's like they make me feel a little fear from them. I said, you ain't supposed to. I said, you ain't supposed to fear your man. I was like, excuse me.
Love this is.
So the fact that there are women walking around here who want to feel a level of trepidation from their man. You want to fear your man. Now, I don't know if fear is the right word she should have used. Maybe she should have said, I want to feel a level of authority from him type of situation. But fear,
yeah.
It's a fear your man. But so you have a lot of women out there who believe if this boy don't slap her upside her head, he don't love her. They want the man grab them out the club. You know? You out here. What is this you have more? They want that. They can play crazy. Like, what you doing? Why you killing like that? And when they reach home, ooh, drawers wet. It's like, girl.
I'm grinding all night.
What you doing?
I'm grinding all night.
Because that's what they want.
Baby, don't do that no more, man. You shame me in front of my friends.
Girl, you know he's always act crazy. I don't know why he's killing like that.
That sounds like a parent, because Harrison said that not yesterday, sometime this week. He said something about this incestuous relationship with parent and child. Like, no, not physically. It's like something emotionally.
Okay.
And I think that's what it is. Like, women, you want something like that. You want that whole daughter and daddy, because I hate that. I hate that you're talking about daddy. Why? That's gross.
Yeah, because some people be like, oh, they think I
you're really gonna be like, yes, daddy.
Yeah. Some people be like, oh, and you was call him daddy, and they be like, no, I don't.
Absolutely not.
Why
That's gross.
Why you call him daddy?
Why are you saying daddy? That's gross.
You want your daddy touching you?
Dad.
Daddy, don't touch me then.
You're mean. You call him daddy, and I be like, no, I don't. That's just gross.
No,
I'd be like, yeah, be some dirty dog, but it ain't gonna be that.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck me, daddy.
Throw up.
Daddy? Yes. I just what the buzzer say. It was my TikTok. Yeah. Yes, daddy.
My skin.
But my mind, daddy. Excuse me. No. No.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I'll be like, you gotta be my daddy. Eddie, 6 feet under.
Way
I'll be like, no.
for years now.
Oh. I'll be like, no, that's gross.
So yeah.
What else?
This was another exciting episode that we're looking at put in. 2. And I see we have a theme running here. Y'all see we get away with ourselves here at Sunshine and No Brought Up. See? We just love a good conversation. You know? We go from one thing to the next. And is it ever boring? Nope. No. So if you like what you heard, like, subscribe. You'll find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Everybody let me know if I missed anything.
iHeartRadio.
And iHeartRadio, because we love
new platform.
You. All right? So,
That's right.
Let's wrap it up and turn it off like Canada, bitch. We're out!